Got my good friend Justin on with us. So pretty cool story. I'll just get right to it. Justin was with me at the very first race in Memphis, season one of MPK. So pretty cool deal. We were racing together last weekend at Beach Bend, and every time I go up for a driver's meeting, there Justin sets. So made it all the way down to the finals. So just want to introduce to you guys. A lot of you know him. A lot of the racers, small tire, know Justin, but just want to introduce Justin to everybody with the Speed Promotions family. So y'all welcome Justin Reed, runner up from the 100K deal. So good to have you, Justin.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And so, what was your path to get to the finals? Who all did you tackle?
Well, I always told my guys on my team, Stanley, he's back there hiding. I kept on telling him, man, we got to make it past this one round, then we'll run the next one. That's kind of how I always go about the racing ordeal. If you can't get past this round, you can't go on to the next one. So, but I think the first round I had and I can't remember that guy's name with that. It was a Pro Charge Camaro. Um, Shoot, I knew his name until we got on here. I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
Um,
Which ones? What? Any particular ones you remember? What was your biggest race of the deal? What? Which one was you
the final.
grip? Yeah, there was definitely some pressure there.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I thought, let's see here. The first round I had well, I can't remember that boy's name. You remember that boy's name? Look on the list of the stuff. I hate to not say that man's name. He's a good fella.
what kind of car was it? You remember?
Yeah, black Camaro third gen like Kai's. It's kind of like maybe flat black. Um, had zoomies on it, Pro Charge.
Joe Williams.
Yep, that's him.
Joe
Joe
Williams. All
Williams.
right.
That's exactly who it was. So
Awesome.
I had Joe the first round, and I was like, man, I ain't taking any of these Pro Charge cars lightly. And I don't know if y'all know it or not, but like the first round, mine spit a rocker off, and I haven't had any issues out of this engine, like none whatsoever. So that was like a big surprise to me. I get up on the two step, I hear a cylinder go down. I'm like, man, that ain't right. And so I sent it down through there because man, this first round, we got to do something. And actually went the same time in the first round as I did in the final against you. So I thought that was pretty weird. Um, with a spit rocker arm off of it. So we patched that up, got all that put back together, and I had some parts in the trailer. These motors, we got parts, we got to store in the trailer for all that stuff. So I had to find some bolts. I think Jeff, man,
Jeff
the guy,
Lutz.
Jeff Lutz trailer. I went to Jeff Lutz. He had the right bolts from a rocker, so I got them put back together. And went to the second round. The second round, I had who was that, Stan? I think that was Zach Jones, wasn't it? Or was he the third round?
Third round, we had the blue Mustang.
Yeah, third round we had the guy from Pennsylvania with the blue fox. I can't remember if I had Zach. I might have had Zach the fourth round then. Who did I have the second? Man, I knew all this stuff before I got on here.
All good.
Okay, so
All good. So you had a tough path all the way. I mean, so would you say that's maybe your luckiest round? Would it being the broke rocker arm?
no, I would say my luckiest round was when Zach went red on me. Because I was really nervous about that. We raced them guys about every race we go to. Um, Zach and his team up there at NMR, those guys, they're always fast. All the two Preston brothers, Isaac and Adam. So
We had Jason Terrell and Charlie Brown.
yeah, that's right. The second round we had Jay. I can't forget about Jason. I was trying to put him on further down the line. We had Charlie Brown, Jason Terrell at 10 Soldiers Race Cars the second round. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, this all coming together now. And, look,
That's a cool car.
Jason is. I tell you, man, I really like Jason. I've just started actually corresponding with him and all this year. I've bought stuff from him in the past, and I try to buy a little bit from him here and there. They got good guys at 10 Soldier Race Cars. I really like Jason and them, though. I can't say anything bad about him. I try to help him out as much as I can, as everybody, because this racing deal, man, when you get to the racetrack, it's tough, man. You gotta have people willing to help and you know get the job done. But somehow I managed to outrun Charlie Brown, man. And I thought that was a pretty cool ordeal because, man, we've talked back and forth about that Pro Charge deal, man, and they got that thing running pretty good, to be new as it is. So I was pretty tickled about that. So we got lucky the second round. And then the third round, I had Tyler Domo from Pennsylvania somewhere, he told me. And he's a pretty good guy. And we got around him. Y'all still there?
Yep, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay. So we got around Tyler Domo the third round. And then I drew Zach Jones the fourth round. And I think Zach Jones, man, I think he had my nerves going. I don't know.
You said Kyle King.
That was Kyle Kenyon. We had Zach Jones before we had Kyle. So
So you run Kyle Canyon as well?
no, we had Kyle in the semis. Remember, he broke.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So we had Zach. We had Zach in the third or fourth round, whichever one it was. What did we go? Sixth round.
6 rounds. So you'd have had
Yeah, we had
Kyle in the 5th round.
That's right. So we had
Okay.
Zach in fourth. And dude, I'm gonna tell you, my nerves they were working against Zach, dude. I was like, man, you need to calm down. It was hot out there. I was nervous. I knew I had been watching the car and it looked fast, and it was fast. He just he left a little early. We're gonna have to pick on Zach a little bit about leaving early. The only reason I can pick on Zach is because I've been in that same situation pretty much every race.
every blue moon, it happens for sure.
That's right.
There's so
That's
much
right.
pressure on us every time we roll up there, and
Man.
to try to make lap after lap without making a mistake is brutal.
Yeah, that's right. I couldn't believe that I actually did as well as I did on the lights because, dude, I'm gonna tell y'all, I could get into the week and a half or 2 weeks before the race and all, and yeah, I'd probably put everybody to sleep. But I'm gonna tell you that's what it meant to get to the final against you. It meant a really. I don't know if y'all noticed it or not, but I was a little bit emotional when I knew I was going to the final because, dude, I had worked hard. My dad had come up here. My dad, Scott knows, but I don't know if everybody knows. My dad is a big part of my racing program. My dad got me into racing to keep me out of trouble. And once he got me hooked on racing, he kind of said, "Man, this is on you now. I'm you know more about it than I do now, son." So, but he wasn't able to be there because my nephews and all they had a shooting deal for 4-H up in Nebraska, and they're actually still there. I think they're doing pretty good.
Good deal.
He wasn't there, and then Neil, he's my crew chief now. He had to leave early. They had to be back for something Sunday, so he had to leave Saturday night. And man, I know you won, and I'm not taking anything from that, but I really believe that's why I didn't win that race because those two right there wasn't there, man. If they would have been there, I probably would have got lucky. But
There you go.
won it, and you got it done, man. I'm tickled. I wouldn't have wanted anybody else to be in the final with me, to be honest with you.
Well, I appreciate that. It was an awesome path all the way for us. I mean, it didn't dawn on me what was going on until it happened. Like running Todd Spears in round 1, and then running you in the finals. That's y'all were there before us all really got started. Y'all were there for me, and I think it was super cool. And the only way I'd change is I wish me, you, and Todd could have run the finals, all three of us. So
yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's a great deal, and Todd put up one heck of a fight there round 1. Me and him had a barn burner. I mean, we really
man,
did.
that was a really close race. It's about close as mine and yours, I think. It might have been closer. I remember watching the video, but
it's two silver cars just blurred together. We couldn't even really see it. It was an awesome deal. I mean, what's the chances, of the guys that was there from the start, and running one first round, one of the finals? It's just astronomical, and I think it's a great race. Some of the baddest cars in the country were there. I mean, honestly, the baddest cars in the country, not some of them.
I think the baddest cars in the world on small tire, and I'll stick to that, man. I'll say that every time.
Yeah.
Those boys are fast, dude. There wasn't a draw that I was like, man, I got to duck this round, There ain't no ducks there.
When I drew Larry Larson,
Yeah.
Larry said, "Oh no," and I said, "Trust me, I feel the same way, Larry."
Yeah.
And we neither one of us wanted each other, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But man, it all worked out. You know, if you're watching and you was at this event or you watched it on live feed, thank you guys. We can't do this without y'all. And for the people that stayed through the rain, and if you're there any this weekend, thank you. But the guys that stayed all through the heat and the rain and the sweat,
Yeah.
thank you guys for coming out. This was an amazing race. I think it was a historical race. This race was absolutely amazing, and I think it'll go down in history as one of the biggest small tire races to this point.
No doubt.
Um,
No doubt. I don't think there was. I haven't been to a racetrack. Maybe in radio racing I have, but we don't do radio racing. But I don't think I've ever been like, man. I went to a $250,000 race in Tennessee a few years back. I went to all those big races all over. We go to Armageddon. I don't think there was as many bears on the property as there was at Beach Bend this last weekend at any of those races that I can remember. You know.
No, I agree. I've been to all of them, and I think the 64 cars that was listed on that thing um, was the baddest of the bad, and everybody came prepared. Everybody tested. Um, Not saying there's not some other bears out there that didn't make it. There's
Right.
definitely some people that broke and things like that. I'm not taking anything away from them, but
Yep.
64 of the baddest bears all in one place is the way I see it. And I think it could have been. I think it could have been 100 bears. If things would have went correctly for some guys testing and things like that, we could have had over 100 cars easily. Um,
Yeah.
but it's awesome. I'm curious to see where Small Tire goes with Speed Promotions in our group. I really liked it. It was great getting a race with that group of guys that has the passion, for it. I seen a new passion that I haven't seen in a little while from all the guys. You could look into everybody's eyes, and they were all there. They wanted a race. They had a reason. They was all there for that 100,000, and everybody had their families with them and their crew. It was just a great environment, and I don't think it could have been at a better place. Beach Bend was the perfect place for that race.
Yep. The only thing I didn't like about it, it was hot.
Oh man, it was
Man,
hot.
it was hot.
I'd like to try that one again, like in
Oh yeah.
October or something.
Hey, we could ride down that Joker in the daytime and at night.
For sure, for sure. And I got, I was talking to you the night before, and I'm sitting there wanting to change stators and do this, wanting to go faster, and and when they talked about middle of the day, I said, "Oh, we in this thing."
Yeah. Yeah.
It it's you
I
just got
think
to
I've
race the
changed my
track.
stators. I think I've changed my stators 4 times. Me and Stanley and Jake before we got there to get
Yep.
the I guess the fastest, slickest surface is
Yeah.
what I was shooting for. Because man, and I got lucky in that sense that I got to race every time in the daytime. I wasn't like some of them guys, that had to race at night and had to go fast to win. I went
Yeah.
fast. I felt like I went fast. I mean, it
No,
was a
you were
fast
rolling.
race. Yeah.
I mean, for the middle of the day, I think that's respectable times what we were running. I think you did a great job, and it just, you put a little bit more in there, and it could spin, or a little bit less. It's a little too
Right.
slow.
That's right.
There in the finals, I mean, I like that took too much out of it. Honestly, I almost made a mistake. I was predicting that I was going to get the left lane, so I built a left lane tune up, and I said I am not spinning, and so I left that same tune up for the right lane. So I
Yeah.
think I could have run the same number left or right, because of what I took out of it early.
That's right.
And when we left and you out 330 me, I said, "Oh, I may have took too much out." And finally it started making some power. But all the way through the race, everybody told me, "Well, if I'd have done this differently, I'd have beat you, or if I'd done that, everybody had them same choices when they went up." And
That's
I
right.
just I just feel like our team and your team did the best on that particular day. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens the next race. They liable to clean our clock at the next race, but on
They
that
lied to you.
race, our teams made the best choices, is the way I see it.
That's right. That's right. And dude, I'm telling you, I I am still sitting here playing it back, thinking, man, I can't believe I'm right here at this point. And I actually called my dad after the semis after they told me that Kyle Canyon was broke, I was like, I said, Dad, I said, I just want you to know that I made it to the final. And he said, Oh yeah, I'm watching. He said, I
That's
wouldn't miss it
awesome.
for the world, son. And man, we got emotional on the trip back to the trailer, dude. It was hot. And I was like, yeah, they'll just think I'm sweating, but I wasn't sweating, dude. I was crying. I like a little baby because, man, we spent all this time and effort away from our families to do this stuff. And,
Yeah.
man, I had to tell him. And then I called Neil after that. And Neil, he didn't even say a word. He was just worse off as I was about the whole ordeal. I don't
That's
know if he
awesome.
was sick because he wasn't there or he was emotional because we worked so hard getting that car ready to get there, you know. But man, there ain't nothing like that, dude. Going through there racing for that amount of money, the pressure was ridiculous.
Absolutely.
It's different when you're running for $10,000 and you know what I'm saying. But a hundred
For
thousand
sure.
dollars, I'm like, man, I got more money for second place than I have ever in the first place race. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
Now, that's the biggest purse that I've ever raced for, and you know, in that amount of rounds,
Yeah, yeah,
and had a shot at winning. You know, it's crazy.
yeah.
The best interview my guy got for the weekend. By the way, I'll share it with you and make sure you're good with me posting it. But it's well, he may have actually already posted it, but I'll send it to you. It's pretty awesome. He interviewed your son, and
Yeah,
that was the best interview that I had all weekend long. So I'll
yeah,
shoot that over to you so y'all can have
yeah,
it. But
yeah.
it was that made my day. You're raising that young and right, so keep doing what
Man,
you're doing there.
we try. Y'all pray for him. He actually had him and his little brother. He's got a little 150 Ranger, and his brother's got a little dirt bike. Well, he was on a dirt bike, and his brother was on a Ranger. He come out between my trailers out here in front of the shop yesterday, and they collided. And
Oh
he broke his
no!
ankle and mangled that joker all up. So he's laid up on the couch right now. He's a little
Oh
bigger,
no!
but he's hurt.
Well, tell him we're thinking about it.
Oh yeah, I'll tell him.
It well, so guys, we got some races coming up. We got Washington. Um, that's going to be on the Fote.com. Check out the tickets there. That'll be a big tire event. And then we'll have North Carolina Galot coming up on radials. So whether you like big tires, whether you like radials, Speed Promotions has a little bit of everything. So y'all check that out. You can get tickets, thefote.com. They'll be releasing those pretty soon. So keep an eye out for those tickets. And it won't be long. I'm going to be pulling out the Pro Mod, and the next couple of weeks, we're gonna get the Pro Mod out and put radials on it and get to testing that thing. See if we can go fast on radials. That's one thing that I have not done yet is try to go fast on a radial ever. So we'll see if we can pull that off. You know, hopefully it goes as smooth as getting John Doe out of the bushes this
That's
time.
the radio race is on a 275 or a 315.
275.
275. Hey Marty Stennett, you hear that? Let me drive. Let me drive.
Yo, if anybody's got a super fast radio car, hey, I'm open. It's got to be built for a big driver too. So
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm gonna try to put something together. I like, it's gonna be tough. Those guys have been doing it for years and years. They
That's
got
right.
the upper hand for sure. But I'm gonna try to come out and put up a fight. It's another $100,000, man. If we can, and if I can just do decent in it, I'll be happy. I just don't want to be a duck. No matter where we go, what we do, if I can be competitive, that's the main goal of it. But
That's right.
well, man, I'm gonna hop off. But thank you for hopping on here with me. And
Oh yeah.
again, everybody, this is Justin Reed. He is an absolute bear in the small tire world, and he's stuck his stake in the ground and said he's here to stay. So
That's right.
hope to see you out at some of the bigger small tire races out. You know, and
Oh
maybe we
yeah,
can see.
we'll be there. We got this new car. I've updated everybody's car that I've worked on the last 2 years, and I told them last year. I said, man, it's time to update mine. Here we are hollering bear trap. And I got a cub, you know. But I think we got a bear now, so we've done a little something with
No, you definitely got a bear, man, and hopefully we can see you on some 275s or something over at Galot.
I
That's
have
gonna be
been
a
on
cool
those. I
race.
have been accused of being on those before. So
Hey, hundred
never
thousand
know.
dollars. There's 100,000 reasons to be on 275s.
That's right.
Uh,
That's right.
there's gonna be a lot of people there watching, and a lot of people watching online. And I think it's gonna be a pretty cool race. And who knows if you can't go to that one, I may talk with you, see if we can get you back on the STM crew.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do whatever we got to do.
Absolutely.
That
Well,
hundred
man.
thousand dollars changes a whole lot of thoughts. That's for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. It'll get you to a few more races for sure.
Yeah.
Well, good deal, my friend. Thank you again. Congratulations. You've done a heck of a job, and it was,
Yeah.
as always, it
Congrats
was.
to you, man. I tell you, man, I wouldn't want nobody else to get paid other than me and you. So
Well,
you
thank
done
you,
really
buddy.
good, man. And we've been doing it a long time. You know, a lot of people don't know it, but we go way back in the small tire world. You know.
For sure, absolutely, man. We've been having fun for years, and
Yeah.
I'm really glad it's back to the 28s. You know, that makes it that much more fun for me. I wish it would have stayed on 28s. So
Yeah.
coming back to 28s don't hurt my feelings at all.
Yeah. All right, bud.
Good deal, man. Hey, thank you for everything, and we'll
Yeah.
talk with you soon.
Okay. See you.
Bye bye.